You want to say hi, Coop? Say hi to everybody. Say hi, Coop. This is Cooper. Hi, Cooper. Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. Today we're going to do a foundation ranking video. I have 11 foundations that I have been trying over the course of the last few months. This is going back to late April, so 11 different foundations that I've tried from now, late July to late April, and I'm going to sit down and rank them all for you. They are different price points. We have drugstore, super affordable, high-end luxury, you name it. There's a little bit of everything. I will have my foundation playlist linked in a pinned comment. That way you can check out all of the reviews I have on these specific foundations. And just for reference, I am 41 years old with normal to oily skin. What I look for in a foundation is that it's, a good medium to full coverage, just that it lasts a good 10 hours. Like, I want my foundation to look good for 10 hours. Whatever else it needs to do after that, so be it. It is makeup. It is meant to come off, but I think we should at least get a good 10-hour wear out of our foundations. If it is your first time here on my channel, let me just say hello and welcome to all of you and invite you to become part of our makeup family. Do me a favor, click on that subscribe button, hit the bell next to it. That way you'll be notified every time I do drop a new video. And if you are as big a fan of foundations as I am a self-proclaimed foundation junkie, then definitely give this video a thumbs up before you go. You guys have seen this makeup look created already. This was a recent get ready with me video where I used the new Too Faced strawberry Pop-Tart palette and some other goodies. I'll have everything I'm wearing linked in the description box along with all of the foundations that I'm going to be showing you guys today. Some of those links might be affiliate links, so if you do end up shopping through them, thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. If you guys want to see these 11 foundations ranked, keep on watching. All right, so we're gonna start with unlucky number 11. I'm gonna go from worst to best, and this is a foundation that I tried more recently. I tried to make it work, it just didn't, and I'm gonna put a picture of it right here, and it is the latest from Smashbox. This is their Always On Foundation, Skin Balancing Foundation. Now, this one comes in 30 different shades. It is going to be more of a medium buildable full coverage foundation, and it does say it's going to, of course, provide oil control, all of that good stuff, and it does say it's going to leave the skin with a natural finish. Now, I tried this many different ways with many different products, and it looked terrible on me. I remember I did a get ready with me video where I was using this foundation and I had to remove all of it and start all over again because it looked that bad. Now, I did pick up the corresponding concealer. That is worth checking out, especially if you don't like to powder your under eye area. You just want a concealer that's gonna, provide a good medium coverage and look good without powder. I would recommend checking that one out. But this one right here, I did return it. It was a no-go for me. So coming in at number 10 is the newest foundation, or I think the only foundation from Ritual Defeat, and this is their 3 Drops Weightless Foundation. Now, this foundation, I have it in shade Potion number 115. So this foundation comes in 24 different shades. It's going to be more of a medium coverage. You only need a little bit of this product. A little bit is going to go a very long way. It literally says 3 drops, and 3 drops is definitely all you need, and it's going to give you a natural / dewy radiant finish. This is a foundation. I tried to make it work in several different ways, but for me and my normal to oily skin, it doesn't make it to the 10 hours. Like, I'm gonna wear this foundation if I'm just gonna go out in the evening and I'll be needing it just to look good for 6 or 7 hours, but anything after that, it just starts going south. It starts caking up. It just doesn't look really good, in particular like around this area right here. But if you have maybe not a lot of things on your face that you want to cover. Maybe you don't have any acne scars, maybe you don't have any hyperpigmentation, maybe you have pretty good, decent skin, then I would definitely check this out, especially if you're more normal or normal to dry. Although it does say that this is good for all skin types, including sensitive skin, I think for me and my normal to oily skin, it got cakey because of the oil coming through. And I did try it with several different, you know, setting powders, setting sprays, primers and stuff, but yeah, it just, after 7 hours, it just kind of fell apart. Coming in at number 9 is this one right here from Teemu. This is the Phoera Coverage Foundation. This is going to be an oil control foundation. This is going to give you a soft matte full coverage finish, and it does say long wearing. Guys, I've worn this several times. The shade I have in this one, which is a terrible shade range, I don't know if it's because it has been selling out, or if that's, you know, they're only showing you the shades that are in stock, or it only comes in like 5 or 7 different shades. But the shade I have in this one is shade 102 Nude. But it did get me a good 10 hours of wear. So while this was only like maybe $5, maybe not even that, like it still got me full coverage, and it still got me till the end of the day. Say what you will about Teemu, say what you will about She Glam and Shop Miss A and all of those, but you know, when you're on a budget and you can't spend more than $8 or $10 on makeup, and you want something that's going to be decent, that's going to get you a good workday's wear, I mean, I have found a lot of winners at Teemu. And I don't know, that's really all I have to say about it. A lot of the things that I've tried have genuinely worked for me, including this one right here. And the only reason I'm putting it towards the bottom is because of its terrible shade range. Coming in at number 8, we have One Size. And now I know this is not a new foundation, but it was new to me this summer. And this is the Turn Up the Base BB Cream. So this one comes in 18 different shades. It's going to provide a good medium coverage, I would say. And it's going to be more of like a soft matte finish. Now, I will say this will get me 10 hours. It won't look spectacular at the 10-hour check-in, but it's not half bad. You know, this wears very, very similar to the foundation that I have coming in the number 7 spot, which we'll get to that in a second. But, you know, this is a nice one. I've been struggling a little bit with certain One Size complexion products. Like their concealer is not my favorite. The translucent setting powder is not really my favorite, but their new ultra pink powder, that one's really good. I love their setting spray. This one is, I'm still working with it. I've only worn it, you know, a handful of times, but you know, I would say this is more of a solid 8-hour foundation. So if you're looking for something along that lines, then this one will definitely get you a good 8 hours of wear. I want to say, it does say back here it's supposed to blur the look of pores and just provide that smooth, natural looking complexion. I live in South Texas, where the heat and humidity is always a #1 factor of how our makeup's gonna look throughout the day, how our hair is gonna look throughout the day. But I would say this has done a good job of withstanding that heat and humidity. Now, coming in at number 7 is the latest from Danessa Myricks, and this is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Tint. This is her serum skin tint. The shade I have in this one is shade 3. It is a very nice shade match on me. So this one from Danessa Myricks does come in 16 different shades, and it's gonna be, I would say this is more light to medium coverage. I feel like I can get a good medium coverage out of this one, and it does have a radiant finish. Now, out of all the Danessa Myricks foundations that I have in my stash, which I don't have her very first foundation, that one is my favorite. I would say this one performs the best. So out of the Yummy Serum Foundation, out of the Yummy Blurring Balm Foundation, or that like 5-in-1 product, and then this one, I would say this is the best out of those 3 that I have. But her very first foundation, which the name escapes me, that is a really good one. If you're looking for matte full coverage, it's definitely going to give you long wear, like 10, 12 hours plus. I would go for her original foundation. But this one, if you're looking for something on the lighter side, that's going to give you more of that natural radiant, that glow, this would be a really nice one to check out. It looks pretty decent at the 10-hour check-in. I have been trying to, you know, pair it with different primers, powders, setting sprays. That all is going to factor into how this is going to wear. But on my 41-year-old normal to oily skin, I gotta powder this down, and I gotta do at least one little touch up during the day. I gotta just, you know, pat my nose with some powder, pat my T-zone with some powder, since that is the oiliest place on my face. But yeah, this one's pretty good. Pretty solid release from Danessa Myricks. Coming in at number 6, we have a powder foundation, and this is the first of 2 powder foundations that have made my list. This one comes to us from Moira, and this is the Complete Wear Powder Foundation. The shade I have in this one is shade 125N. So this foundation, let me look at my notes over here. This foundation comes in 29 different shades, and it has that little closure to where you can put the puff right here, the sponge. I always apply powder foundations with my BK Beauty 106 brush. That is my preferred method. You're going to get medium to full coverage out of this one, and it's going to provide a natural matte finish. I am one of those, whenever I wear a powder foundation, I wear it the traditional way, meaning this is my foundation. I'm not wearing it on top of another foundation. So like you saw in the Get Ready With Me video, because I'm actually wearing a powder foundation right now, but in that video, or in all my powder foundation review videos, you'll see me do my concealer or color correcting first, because that's my liquid product, and then I will start buffing in the powder foundation on top of it. Now, sometimes they work, sometimes it doesn't. This one has been a nice one. It's relatively affordable. I believe it's less than $20, as are many of the items on the Moira Beauty website. If you have not gotten on the Moira Beauty train, I don't know where you're at. You definitely need to check Moira out. They are a super affordable website. They're like always coming out with new stuff. They are like the old BH Cosmetics, and they're like also like ColourPop. They're like a nice mixture of both. But what I have tried from Moira, 9 out of 10 products have definitely been like exceeded my expectations. So definitely check this out if you're in the market for a new affordable powder foundation. Now, I told you guys that I had another powder foundation on my list. This one was sent to me in PR, and coming in at number 5 is this one from Laura Gellar. This is her Baked, Balance, and Brighten in the shade Fair. They sent me shade Fair and shade Light, but shade Fair is definitely my shade. This is going to provide a beautiful light to medium coverage, and this one comes in, how many shades does this one come in? That's the thing with Laura Gellar foundations. I don't know why, but they have a very limited shade range. So this one comes in 9 different shades. It says it's going to provide a natural finish, but you do get that soft, natural glow. So again, I can see this being a good finishing powder as well. Although I do think they make their own finishing powders, but for some of you, since this is more of like a light to medium coverage powder foundation, I could see this working on top of like a CC cream or a BB cream, or maybe just like a light coverage skin tint, just to add that bit of a glow to give your complexion a little bit more coverage. But this is really a beautiful product. Laura Gellar makes some beautiful baked products, including blush, bronzer, highlighter, foundation. I am so thankful that they sent this to me. They even sent me a tube of Spackle. Spackle, in case you don't know, is her primer. They sent me the hydrating version. There are several different versions now to choose from, but that Spackle primer is a good one, and so is this Baked, Balance, and Brighten foundation. Again, I have the shade Fair. You can find Laura Gellar, of course, on QVC. That's where I discovered her, and of course on her website. Okay, so coming in at number 4, the new one from Hourglass. This is the Veil Hydrating Skin Tint. I have shade 3 in this one. It is a perfect skin match for me. Now, this skin tint comes in 18 different shades, and it's going to provide light to medium coverage. I think I can build this up, like, you know, with my concealer and stuff, to get a nice medium coverage out of it. And of course, it does provide that radiant finish. Now, when you add maybe a mattifying primer, a powder, mattifying setting spray, you're gonna take down that radiance a bit, which for me and my normal to oily skin, I need to do that. But this one, with the helping products, definitely gets me a good 10-hour wear. I would say it's one of the best foundations that Hourglass has ever done. Their release last year, the Ambient Glow Foundation, that is also a very pretty foundation, but I like the way this one wears. I think I like the way this one wears just a little bit better. Like, I feel like that one, it looks great for a good, you know, 9-10 hours, but after that you can kind of see it breaking apart. I feel like around the 10-hour mark, even 11-12 hour mark, it's just wearing away naturally, to where it's not getting cakey or anything. It's just kind of fading away. Like, the coverage is starting just to fade away naturally. So that's what I do like. It's a very lightweight foundation. 18 shades is pretty decent. You know, it's a skin tint. Skin tints are more forgiving. They adapt to the coloring of your skin better than, say, a medium full coverage foundation. So I think Hourglass did a really nice job with this one. I believe this comes in around the $48 price point. So this is going to be more on the higher end luxury side of skin tints. But, you know, if you're looking for a new one, this one is definitely worth checking out. So far, the one from last year and then this one, those are my two favorite Hourglass complexion products. Coming in at number 3, another skin tint. This one, though, is from the drugstore, and it's from Maybelline. This is the Super Stay 24-hour skin tint. It does have a vitamin C derivative in it. Now, this skin tint from Maybelline comes in 18 different shades. I am so sorry, but I have shade 6. Shade 6 is a UK shade. I don't know what that translates to here in the US, because when this launched, it launched over there first. So I ordered it from Pretty Little Things website, something like that. So I have a UK shade. I don't know what shade I would be in a USA shade, but I am shade 6. This is going to be light to medium coverage, and it's going to give more of a natural radiant finish. I definitely get a nice 10-hour wear out of this skin tint. I feel like it's definitely medium coverage, and then once I add in the concealer and the powder, like, I just love the way it looks on my complexion. My complexion looks natural and fresh, and it has that soft glow to it, and it stays looking like that all day long. I've had zero issues, zero complaints with this one. You can find it on Amazon. It's now available at Ulta. I'm not too sure if it's available at other Maybelline retailers. It might be, but it just dropped on Ulta about a month ago, so it was a little late getting over here to the US, but it's definitely worth checking out, especially if you're looking for a more budget-friendly skin tint. This one is a beauty. Okay guys, we have 2 foundations left. Coming in at number 2 is the reformulated Dior Back Stage Face and Body Foundation. I finally got my correct shade. My correct shade is 0W. I had originally bought, I think it was 1N or 1W, and if you saw my review, it was orange. Like, my face looked orange. I had to send that one back, and then I went to Sephora and I got this one. So this is going to be a good medium coverage foundation. This one comes in 43 different shades, and it's going to provide a natural, like, glowy finish. This one definitely gets 10 hours plus, but I do need to pair it with, you know, a good setting powder, maybe even a pore blurring or a mattifying primer as well, just because it does have, you know, that bit of a natural radiant finish to it, but I do love the coverage. This is so serum-like. It is so lightweight on the complexion. Dior has been reformulating a lot of their complexion products, including some of their other foundations and concealers the last couple of years. This is the latest reformulation, and I think it is fantastic. I don't see any difference between the old and the new, which is a great thing. Now the new formulas that have been coming out are made with like 93 or 94% naturally derived ingredients, and they have a little bit more skincare formulated in there, which is always a good thing. So number 2, Dior Back Stage Face and Body reformulated foundation is definitely worth checking out, especially if you need to restock from the old formula, now go to the new. Just know you're not going to have any problems. Now coming in at number 1, can you all guess the newest one from Bobbi Brown? This is the Vitamin Enriched Skin Tint with SPF 15. The shade I have is shade Fair 2. This one comes in 18 different shades. It's going to provide light coverage, although once you add a little bit of concealer, you're definitely going to see a nice medium coverage out of this one. Now this is going to be more of a radiant. I know it says it's a natural finish, but I totally got radiant. If you saw my review, my wear test over this one, day 1, usually on day 1 is the day where I don't wear any helping products, no primer, no powder, no setting spray, just the foundation and some under eye concealer, and maybe I'll do a little spot concealing here and there. But I look like an oil slick all day. But it never creased, it never caked up, it didn't break apart, like it stayed on for the 10 hours. On day 2 and on the other days that I've worn this off camera, pairing this with a nice matte primer or pore blurring primer and a good setting powder, setting spray makes this skin tint an absolute beautiful, hands down favorite. It is so lightweight on the complexion. It has been pairing so well with the other helping products I've been trying with it. I absolutely love it. It looks great at the 10-hour check-in. This is a really nice skin tint. I bought this straight from the Sephora website. I know Bobbi Brown herself is no longer affiliated with her brand. She has since branched out and started Jones Road. I have not tried anything from the Jones Road brand. Maybe I will later on, but you know, I had been a fan of the Vitamin Enriched face base for so long. I've always used that as a moisturizer. I've never used it as a primer, as so many people do, but I think all of you that are huge fans of Vitamin Enriched face base, I think you all are gonna love this one. I would love to hear your thoughts on all of these foundations, but especially this one, from those of you that have loved that Vitamin Enriched face base moisturizer, because I think the two of them paired together are gonna be like goals. Like, I think this is something you're really, really gonna love. And with that, guys, we wrap up today's video. Those were the 11 foundations that I have tried over the course of the last 4 months or so. Foundation reviews and wear tests are definitely one of my most favorite things to do here on my YouTube channel. And again, I will have my foundation playlist linked in a pinned comment so you guys can check out all of the reviews and wear tests on not just these foundations that I spoke on today, but others that I've done in the past. And hopefully that will help you all make some good shade buying decisions and just overall buying decisions. Let me know your thoughts. Did some of your favorites make my list? Would you have ranked them any differently? What would your top 3 or what would your bottom 3 have been? Leave it in the comments down below. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water. Cheers. And I'm going to see you all very soon. Bye.